morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor presented by Barstool News Network. Today is Tuesday, January 21st, 2020, and it's the first full day in the new Austin office down there, boys. How's it feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting there.
I'm loving it. Loving every minute of it.
Pat and I went to Home Depot. I tried to document it on the Instagram stories.
Oh, nice.
We got chairs. We got a huge computer screen with your face on it, Will. It's awesome. Everything's great. It's life size.
We ordered a bunch of shit. We got lights shining at us. I'm blinded by the lights.
Someone killed me on Wikipedia today. Everything.
I feel like I'm waiting for like a dentist's appointment or something in these chairs.
Yeah, someone actually killed Pat on Wikipedia. They edited his page because he talked about it yesterday and made some hilarious edits. But one of the edits was that he died on the 20th of January.
Not such a hilarious edit.
2020.
Yeah, well, it may have been somebody who asked the question. We'll never know.
He apologized a lot for it.
Doing the pod from the grave. From beyond the grave. Spooky.
Yeah, very spooky. All right, today the order is going to be Mark, myself, Pat, and then Wes. What's a little taste of the stories you got coming tonight, guys?
I'm going to give you guys everything you need to know about the Senate hearing, which is starting today at 1 p.m., and also a little bit about a theft that's got a lot of buzz.
Interesting. I'm talking about the world's garbage dump and also a beverage that you should avoid.
Interesting.
I'm going to talk. If you're feeling sad, it may be because you have sad. And also a woman in Pennsylvania.
Seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah. Oh.
He thinks it's not common, but it's common.
Oh.
No, I know it's common. I have the numbers in my story.
All right. Well, yeah. Okay.
And then also a woman who was trying to test God. And it didn't work out quite as well as she thought it was going to
What an idiot.
Yeah, it never goes well. Nice. Yeah. I'm going to try and explain what a caucus is, and then I've got some good and bad healthcare news. Mark, get us going.
All right, guys, so the Senate impeachment trial is set to begin today at 1 p.m., like I said, a full month after the House rushed to get the impeachment done and then waited like 3.5 weeks to send the articles of impeachment to the Senate. Thanks, Nancy Pelosi. You fucked us all out of money on Predict It. Mitch McConnell sent the rules over for the Senate impeachment hearing Monday night, the night before the trial, and the Dems are not happy about the timing or the rules. Senate Minority Leader, Chuck Schumer, said they're a national disgrace.
The rules are a national.
The rules are a national.
Democrat. Okay,
Yeah.
So Schumer's not happy.
What's so disgraceful?
We're going to get to that real soon. Trump's defense team also submitted a 171-page brief on Monday defending the president. They called the impeachment a dangerous perversion of the Constitution. So we got guys throwing around crazy words.
That's also, many pages.
That sounds like a fun read, right? I think I'm going to drop everything and read that tonight.
Yeah.
Got to be typos.
170. It just says it was a perfect phone call, all caps.
That's true. The all caps really makes it more like 98 pages instead of 100.
That's true. Double spaced.
Yeah. So what are the rules, as you guys are eagerly asking? Well, first of all, the trial will be presided over by the Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts, and the rules are that starting at 1 p.m. on Tuesday, the House impeachment managers, I guess they might actually start this on Wednesday, but the House impeachment managers will have up to 24 hours to make their case, but only have 2 days to do so. So if they start their case on Wednesday, the first day might be just going through mumbo jumbo. Whenever they start to say why the president should be impeached, they have 2 days to do it in 24 hours. So if you're doing the math, those are long days.
Wow, yeah.
And then Trump's defense team will have 2 days once the impeachment managers finish their case to defend Trump, also 24 hours over 2 working days. I think he has potentially a loophole with the weekend where they might get an extra day to defend him. But long story short is that this nationally televised Senate impeachment hearing is going to start at 1 p.m. every day and go through midnight.
That's
that's
a real late start.
Yeah.
That's like a pat start.
The rumors are the Dems are saying the reason he's doing this because they're following the Clinton impeachment hearing, but they spread the 24 hours over 4 days, so 6-hour sessions back then. The reason they are saying that he's making it 12 hours, him being Mitch McConnell, is because people are going to get tired, and late at night they're not going to be.
He's trying to knock it out in less than a week, or a week total.
Knock it out quickly. Well, there is a State of the Union in early February, so he might be trying to get it done before then. You don't really want the president to give a State of the Union while he's being in a trial to get him removed.
It's going to be a victory speech.
Yeah,
right. Oh yeah, that's going to be
for cocaine dealers. To be
hanging. Why is that?
I'd be hanging around the Senate.
For cocaine dealers to be. I guess to the senators. I was going to say.
That's what I'm saying.
For all the millions of fans that'll be watching this through
the media
through midnight. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get some cocaine and put C-SPAN on, but they don't call him Cocaine Mitch for nothing.
That's right. So after both sides have made their 24-hour arguments, guess what we get next? 16 hours of written questions from the senators, which or will be read to Chief John Roberts. So that's just 40 hours of freedom right there.
How do they know it's going to be 16 hours of written
Well, I guess
questions?
24 plus 24, 48 plus 16. That's do the math. 64. What is that?
They're just estimating it's going to be 16
Wow.
hours of written
well,
questions?
Just
you
fun.
get cut off. They give you a 30-minute warning after 15 and a half hours. You got to wrap up the questions, boys and girls. So after that, after the 24-hour arguments on both sides and the 16 hours of questions that are going to be read, the decision will then be made probably midweek next week on whether witnesses will be allowed at all or additional documents and evidence will be allowed at all. Or at that point, they get to decide if they want to dismiss the trial
That's
completely.
going to be a no and a
or move
yeah.
straight to closing arguments. So
Yep.
yeah,
So Trump's going to be there or no? Like sometimes or maybe or just
No.
his team or?
No,
his defense team's going to be there.
But
He's not going.
Clinton was in. I think Clinton was in the impeachment trial because he like said some shit about the amount of rights that he had.
I think he's going to be there. I'm not. I mean,
He may have to show up one day, but I
I
don't
suppose
know. I mean,
Hunter Biden.
All the senators, every single one of them is required to be there, so they won't be on the campaign trail in Iowa or New Hampshire
Huge for
while this is
Buttigieg.
going on. But yes, like we said, if they decide midweek next week to not allow witnesses, this whole trial will probably wrap up the end of next week. It takes 51 votes for decisions to be made. So if they want witnesses, that means 51 senators in the Republican-controlled Senate will have to say, yeah, after all those late nights and the questions, yeah, let's get some witnesses in.
Right. Yeah. They're not
So-
going to want to go on any
No,
longer.
they're going to go home.
Yep.
So that's basically it. You're looking at like a 2-week trial starting today.
Ah,
at 1
that's
p.m.
fun.
Yeah.
That's real fun.
Nationally televised. It's going to be on like every channel. So sorry if you're into like, TV shows and shit because you got to watch
I can't
this.
wait for the people who are like super addicted to the impeachment trial. That's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be
Watching
well
them. Yeah.
produced too, because I read that like Senate rules dictate that the Senate camera people are going to be actually operating the cameras on this thing instead of C-SPAN's crew, and C-SPAN was all pissed off about
Can
it.
we send cocaine to our intern Cam so he can clip all this and put it online?
I think we'll just move on.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about some predicted. Even though the impeachment trial is starting today, we all know that that's going to not get passed, going to get dismissed. So you may as well toss all your money on the 90 cents no. That's a negative 900 in normal betting terms, since it's basically a certainty that Trump will not be formally impeached by this Senate. And other than that, I wanted to talk about caucuses. The Iowa caucus, to be exact. Wes and I just learned today that we'll be headed to Iowa next week to get our mics in the faces of real caucus goers in the first state to vote for a presidential primary in 2020.
You guys are going to witness a caucus.
I've always wanted to go to Iowa for the caucuses.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, we're gonna witness the preamble to the caucuses. We're gonna get some interviews with some people who are warming up to caucus. So, what is a caucus? Do you guys know?
No.
I hope you tell
Like
us.
the god of dick.
It sounds like a porno.
Yeah, well,
of dick.
it's a lot less fun than a
can see him
porno.
coming from a mile away.
Caucus, the god of dick.
What are you the god of? Oh,
Yeah,
Take a look.
way less fun than that. It's actually a very complicated process, and it's different state to state. But it's a representative vote by the party within that state for who is going to be the presidential nominee. So basically, you have to register at the caucus to attend the caucus, or you can just show up that day. But you do have to be registered to their party to get into the caucus, I believe. And then it's not like a regular vote. Like you have to go to this caucus that occurs in either like a school, a church, or like a public library or something like that. You have to be a member of the party. And then once you're in the caucus, you have to declare who you're supporting.
okay.
And then you have 30 minutes to go around and like convention with the other caucus goers and talk. And then they start picking delegates from the caucus. So from the people who attend. So
You
the
lost me
people-
Holy
already.
shit. This sounds like the
out.
first season of Lost.
Right. Yeah, but it is. It's a lot like that. It's like
Monster.
extreme voting. It's like Survivor for party line voters.
What's the average age of people caucusing? You think it's
Ooh.
got to be in the
Old.
60s.
Older, yeah, I think
Old.
it's older. But then a lot of people probably bring their kids to like show them how it works.
Are
or
you
whatever.
allowed to be
You
caucus
have to be 18
delegate?
and up.
Like, are you allowed to be caucus delegate again and again? Are you allowed to announce yourself? And you're like, I am here, Jeffrey, king of caucuses, 7-time delegate of caucuses.
Oh, I'm sure there's lots of proud
holding-
caucus goers.
I'm holding on to hope that the Iowa caucus is kind of like Groundhog Day in Punxsutawney, where it's just like the biggest thing. It's kind of like a joke and everyone gets drunk. I know it's a serious thing, but I'm kind of holding on to
Well,
hope that it's going to be a big party like that.
we tried to pitch it. We tried to pitch that it would be better if
That's all
we,
I can hope for.
we tried to pitch it would be better if we all got sent to Vegas, but PFT saw right through that and he said, Iowa.
Smart of him. Anyways, I could see why, because it's like extreme voting, basically. So I could see why people say that the DNC and the RNC, the vibe is out of control, because it's just a whole bunch of delegates. It's like it's a whole bunch of like extreme voters.
Do you think people try to like do some subterfuge and stuff and like go in and say that they're like, you know, a Democrat but they're Republican?
You can't.
Talking
I
about
think
being a mole. I like that.
Yeah, mole.
I don't think you can go back on like once you declared who you're going to support. I don't think you can go back. But
You know,
like,
I don't know that, man, because I'm like both a registered Democrat and registered Republican.
how does that
somehow.
work?
I don't know, bro, but I get
can't be in the
ton
same
of mail.
state.
It's because the census is full of shit and they don't know what they're doing.
It's because you signed something on the street one day.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
Yeah. Anyways, that's confusing, Pat. I don't think that's possible in the same state. But right now, Iowa is a
mailbox, bro.
toss-up according to the polls. So everybody is trading at positive odds on predicted in Iowa. So if you think you know who's going to win there, it seems like a toss-up to me, so I'm staying away. But if you think you know who's going to win in Iowa, you should put some money down because they're all trading at positive odds. I wrote a blog about the first 4 states, so check that out on Barstool Sports and Barstool Bets. And Wes and I aren't going to know who's going to win until we get our feet on the ground there. But if you do, go to predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20 to get your first $20 matched in the stock market of politics. Let's make some money this election year.
Yeah. You guys might know that. You guys might find out early.
I was gonna say, maybe we can do our own poll.
Yeah.
And then, tweet it out.
We'll
and be like,
definitely
this-
make a
Hard
pick, I
Factor
think,
poll
after.
says this.
You guys are going to have a good shot 1 week before
I think we'll have
the
a
actual
pick. Yeah.
caucus.
We'll have a
You're
pick
gonna
when we
know.
get done with that.
Yeah.
The W is pollstering. I like that. All right, guys. The garbage dump of the world is tired of being treated like trash and is finally fighting back. And no, I'm not talking about Florida. The key word was world there. I'm talking about Malaysia. Yeah, Malaysia has become the world's dumpster after China got its proverbial tits a couple of years ago and banned the importing of plastic waste, which is selfish if you ask me because there's so much space they got there. You've changed, China. Not cool. So much like the park that the Wisconsin teacher Jeffrey S. Churchwell made his outdoor toilet, tiny Malaysia has become the target of illegal waste trafficking.
You're talking about the guy in Wisconsin that took 1,000 shits in a park?
That's the guy I'm trying to talk about as often as I can.
Yeah.
Man, missed that guy.
Let's get a
So
fact
they're
on
like,
him.
did they get targeted after Duterte uprose and sent the trash back to Canada?
It was part of it. Canada's getting some trash back in this situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Canada's
so
also
essentially,
involved.
China used to just suck everyone's trash because they were both, whatever. They were
Well, they were recycling the plastics too and reselling them. I
selling
believe.
it back
Yeah,
to
yeah,
us,
yeah.
for profit.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Duterte should have been recognized for that. That was impressive.
Yeah, it was innovative in diplomacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, now China's trying to be all blue bloods and pretend they didn't used to eat our trash, and now it's all going to Malaysia because of illegal trash brokers. Didn't know it was a thing, but apparently it is. And on Monday, the country's environment minister Yao Bi-yin ordered 3,700 metric tons of trash to be returned to 13 countries.
Damn.
Yeah, it's 150 containers of plastic. 11 of them sent back to Canada, 17 to the greatest country on earth, 42 of them to the country we beat to become the greatest country on earth, and getting the most containers, France.
We beat everyone.
Yeah,
you talking about Germany?
No, I'm talking about the United Kingdom.
Oh, UK. Okay.
Yeah,
Revolutionary War.
The first war.
The first war, the good
First
war,
war,
the one that mattered. Anyway, France is getting 43 containers, the most of any country, which is surprising for a country that doesn't use deodorant,
Sacre bleu.
mouthwash, or tampon applicators.
Lots of wine bottles,
all
though.
plastic.
Yeah, and don't they also have just the public urinals out in the open now?
Yeah, what's in that plastic? I don't fucking know.
Oh, yeah.
I know
they
what's in
do. The
ours.
straw.
Old Spice, Tampax, stuff
Wine
that keeps
bottles.
us American, keeps us
Ship
clean.
wrappers.
Condoms.
No, those aren't plastic.
Sure they are.
No.
Plastic.
The ones you.
Plastic.
I was
wrappers.
always told put on your plastic.
Wes, what's the next story?
All right. Anyone feel a little extra depressed yesterday? I mean, I know we're all somewhat depressed, right? But anyone wake up at 1 p.m. and say, I feel especially depressed today?
The other three fat guys on this show don't know what you're talking about.
No,
Okay.
I didn't, no.
All right. Well, no. Well, don't worry if you did, because it might be because yesterday was the third Monday of January, also called Blue Monday.
Oh, no.
And it is rumored to be the most depressing day of the year.
Okay.
But guess what? I take
So
that
why do they
back.
put MLK Day on that day? That's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
Yeah, that is fucked up.
But don't worry, I take
Oh,
it
it's his
back
birthday,
because
I
it
think.
turns out if you did feel extra depressed, it's probably just because of something completely unrelated to the date, like how little money you have or how many kids you have in your house. Because Blue Monday, much like Valentine's Day, is a huge crock of shit.
I know how many kids you got, Wes. What about the money?
Not enough. Not enough. And it's essentially a day. It's essentially a day. It's always on my mind, Pat. And it's essentially a day where companies can push their feel-good remedies like diets, exercise routines, or good old-fashioned pharmaceuticals. And it all began in the UK back in 2015 when some quack psychologist devised a formula for a TV travel channel, essentially telling people when they should book their trips to paradise because this is when they would be the most depressed.
Oh, yeah. Go spend all your money and be sad in paradise.
So it's just bullshit.
It's bullshit. And the bullshit just kept rolling, just like anniversaries and birthdays. So now on Blue Monday, the media tells you you are depressed and that it's okay to be depressed, and here's how to fix it, which is smart because it's fucking dark and cold in January in most parts of the U.S., so it's entirely believable, which is why Blue Monday is a hoax. But if you are depressed in the winter time, you may have seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, as Pat knows about. And that is a real thing and affects 10 million people in America alone. Because you see, when the holidays are over and all you have are left with is the weight you gained, the debt you acquired, and the weather is cold and there's less daylight, you tend to get a little down.
Yeah, it's bullshit they even named this. It's like, hey, are you happy all year round? No. When are you least happy?
Who was the smart ass that abbreviated it to sad?
Right.
Sad.
Also,
They made
this
sure
is
to
They
make it
made
sad.
sure, yeah.
I'm with Wes on this. This is a racket because, like, all right, SAD apparently causes Blue Monday, which everybody is a victim of.
Which leads to
So-
Red Tuesday after you realize how much you spent.
Right. Yeah. This is messed
I had
up.
a Red Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's science, guys. It's, not enough daylight. So what can you do? Well, for starters, you can take your fat ass outside and get some sunlight and exercise. You can also eat better, drink slightly less, maybe pick up the phone when people call you to hang out in public. Or if those natural mumbo-jumbo remedies don't work, you can call your doctor and get on some potent drugs.
You can call your doctor who's also sad.
It's always the same suggestion. Can't they get some new suggestions that I can actually do?
Yeah, I know. No one's going to do any of this stuff. So take care of yourself in the coming months. It is a real disease. Many people are affected by it, so don't make too much
10
light of it.
million's a lot. 10 million's a lot of people.
Yeah, as is depression and should be taken seriously. So, hey, we love you. If you're sad, we love you. Take care of yourself.
Well, Pat was killed off on Sad Monday, Blue Monday.
It's real sad for me.
Extra blue for Pat.
Yeah.
Hope my mom didn't check my Wikipedia.
All right, guys. There was a theft from an orchard in Northern California.
Uh-oh.
Any ideas what was stolen?
Apples,
wine,
Yeah.
oranges.
Apples,
Horses?
wines,
Horses?
orchards, Northern California. You guys are smart. No, it's 100 beehives.
What?
So 92 beehives.
That's like a million bees.
Yeah. Mike Potts, the orchard operator, said it's hard enough keeping the bees alive without someone stealing them. This is very frustrating. So Potts is not very happy. You see, he
That's the last thing he thought was going to happen.
He owns and operates an almond orchard, and apparently almonds are pollinated by bees. So now
Yeah, I
someone
think
stole
most flowering
Yeah.
plants are. Yeah.
Right, but this is important for his almond operation because a third of his or more of his bees were stolen, and his almond operation has taken a huge financial hit. Potts is furious. Potts thinks the culprit might be another beekeeper who lost bees, and that this person may have stolen beehives before. And I'm guessing it's because he came to this conclusion since he didn't find a dead body in his orchard covered in bees.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's another almond guy.
Yeah.
It's
First
also
exactly.
like the
Look-
second time this guy's stolen his bees, probably.
Look for whoever competes with Potts almonds.
Fuck Potts. Fuck him. And fuck all almond farmers because they take up so much goddamn water in California. There's no water. It's like a fucking like
What are
40.
you talking
It's
about?
40 gallons of water for one almond.
The almond farmer's fault.
Why don't
That's
you-
the
why don't you
wildfire.
read
Pat has no frame of reference.
Zero. But also, I want to say this. I wonder if it's a crime. I'm sure it's a crime to actually take the hive, like because that's a thing. But,
Of course
but
it
the-
is.
but
Yes,
the
it's a
bees-
crime to steal
can you
somebody's
own
bees?
Yeah, you can. Sure. Potts says beehives are very heavy, and you need to box them. So again, it was probably a bee handling expert with the flatbed truck. I think he knows exactly who stole them.
Yeah.
After reading this.
definitely
If you
does.
know anyone, guys, that is bragging about a large increase in their bees to their bee operation, or if you know anyone that's covered in bee stings from head to foot, please contact local authorities.
Yes. Yes, please do. All right. You got something for that, Wes?
No. Just feel bad for the guy and his almonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Nah,
real. All right,
man.
we're gonna take it
Stopped
back to
eating
the
almonds a long
healthcare
time
world
ago.
now. I've got some good news and I've got some bad news about healthcare. Which one do you guys want to hear first?
Let's go bad news.
Bad news first.
Bad news first. Okay, bad news. China has confirmed a new super virus that is spreading like wildfire
Let's go
in
good news.
China.
Does it affect us or
Let's go
just
good
Chinese?
news. Let's go good news.
No, sticking with the bad. We're going to get through it. The coronavirus has infected at least 200 people and killed at least 3 in mainland China and has already spread hundreds of miles from the original outbreak in Wuhan, the city, in just a few days.
Man,
so,
Corona people
Is
are
it,
not going to be happy
I was
about
gonna
this.
say, does it affect all beachgoers?
no. It's just like that's the name of the virus.
I feel like they've known this has been coming for years with all those masks they wear.
right. Well,
They're all psychics. They've known this was going to happen.
the people who caught this are also some of the people who helped catch the SARS thing, which was a huge, terrible outbreak
That's
that
what
killed
started
like over.
the masks.
When you say
Yeah, yeah.
catch it, you mean they got it or they
As
like,
in, like they caught it spreading, like they identified it as an issue. So
okay.
this pneumonia-like virus is currently contained in China, Japan, Thailand, and South Korea.
Oh, we're
but
fine.
it is confirmed to be spreading from person-to-person contact, so that's very dangerous. So keep an eye on it. People flying into the U.S. from China are being screened for sickness at the point of entry, but with the Chinese Lunar New Year coming up this week on Saturday, there are millions and millions of Chinese people flying this week. So,
Okay. Yeah. Also, it sounds like steer clear of anyone that's going on a honeymoon. Just after the wedding, just write them off.
yeah, just like give them a couple weeks. If they're not not really sick, then it's all good. All right, let's
Thailand,
move
huh?
on to what's up?
And I said, going to Thailand, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, steer clear. All right, let's move on to the good news. The Cardiff University team has discovered a method or type of T cell, that's something in your blood, that kills prostate, breast, lung, and other cancers in lab tests.
Why didn't you lead with the good news, man?
Because you asked me for the bad news first.
Oh, right.
Right. And then researcher Andre Sewell told the BBC, quote, "It raises the prospect of a one-size-fits-all cancer treatment, a single type of T cell that could be capable of destroying many different types of cancers across the population," unquote. So
That's what I'm talking about.
So you're saying no changes to my behavior.
That's what I'm
This is
fucking
the
talking
news I
about.
wanted to hear today.
yeah, I mean for cancer. I mean there's other things that could kill you besides
I didn't hear
cancer.
lung cancer in
I
there.
don't drive fast.
Let's see. Not in the tests, I don't think. Oh yeah, no, in the test, lung. It did kill lung cancer.
Yeah.
So
Hell
how does
yeah.
it?
Love it.
So how does it
Smoke to
do it?
that.
Yeah. How does this little guy do it? It's a particular T cell receptor, which I guess different T cells have different receptors for different ones, and it interacts with a molecule called MR1, which is on the surface of every cell in the human body. And it thinks that these T cells that can interact with MR1 are able to find cancerous cells because MR1's flagging the distorted metabolism, the cancerous cell, and it's only identifying bad cells and not attacking any
They're
healthy
like
cells.
cornerbacks
Yes.
for cancer.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, if they can isolate and perfect the process to turn all of the T cells in your body into the type of T cells that crush cancer, like these ones they just discovered, which they can extract them, change them, and put them back, they could potentially treat all varieties of cancer with that T cell therapy. So that's great
great
news for
news.
That's
everybody.
awesome.
Fuck cancer. This is great news. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, fantastic.
Should we just close the show? That was
Yeah,
awesome.
shut it down.
I think
All right,
we got
guys.
two more.
Couple more. A new study's been released about the effects of drinking milk on human health, and the results may be shocking for some, but are on par with something I've known about milk for years. The study determined that drinking milk is, quote, gross.
Highly disagree.
No. No.
Come on.
Milk is delicious.
I'm kidding. It didn't say that, but you have to admit it's true. The study is weak.
Yeah, I
and-
love water and cookies.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah, there's
the
a time
study-
and place for milk, but
Yeah.
Well, look, we're going to get into it, guys. The study is weak and vaguely defines a link between switching from 2% milk to 1% milk having a positive effect on aging. It's like, yeah, no shit. The less fatty cow juice makes you look less old. Another shocker is that this hard-hitting study was conducted at Brigham Young University, the whitest college on the planet.
they drink a lot of milk.
Yeah, oh yeah, they love their milk down there at BYU. But by Dr. Larry Tucker, it's real cutting edge stuff there, Larry. What's get investigated
It
next?
was
The link
conducted
between
by PETA.
mayonnaise and Christianity. He's
He's
gonna
gonna-
check that out next.
Yeah,
But anyway, guys,
the link between soaking and preteen pregnancy.
Yeah, no, it's a high. There's a high correlation there. Well, believe it or not, honestly, guys, the whole reason I picked this story is because I wanted to use it as a forum to discuss how terrible milk is, and I refuse to remain silent any longer as the got milk people pour some other mammal's baby food down our throats.
Milk is in my top 3 favorite beverages.
What is
easily.
wrong? Yeah, what is wrong with you, Pat?
You're not supposed to drink milk, man.
Well, also it's required in a lot of. But what if you cook with it? Can you not cook with it?
No, you could cook with it, Will. It's like it's like using it as a garnish. You can use any, but like drinking a glass of milk is psychotic.
No, it's not.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's
Are
American.
you trying to enrage Hard Factor West? There's still a couple hours left on your day. You're supposed to die.
literally have 3 cartons. It is 1%, but I have 3 cartons of milk in my fridge right now. I drink so much fucking milk.
How many bones did you break?
That's
growing
really
up?
gross.
Not many.
No,
Mark.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not many. Yeah.
Zero.
Pat's like Mr. Glass.
Zero. Wes, did you know that we're the only mammal that drinks another mammal's milk?
Yeah, we're also the top of the food chain,
yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, that
We
makes sense
drink-
though.
It's like we're like vampires to those
We can
cows.
also
It's
make
like drinking
factories,
blood
yeah.
out of a thing. We drink their milk and then laugh at them. And
Cats like cow milk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
cats
but they
do like
wouldn't fucking drink it if humans didn't pour it in a bowl. They can't go suck on a cow's tit.
well,
Yeah,
no,
way.
I don't do that either.
I'm just
I
saying,
don't know.
man.
I don't know. Milk's not all that bad.
Milk's delicious. If I'm thirsty sometimes,
It's
I will go for milk
delicious.
versus water.
And hot
It's
chocolate.
delicious.
If
It's
you're
delicious.
thirsty, you'll go for a milk over a
Yep,
water.
absolutely, 100%. I will chug a glass of milk on a hot day, no problem.
That makes me want to
That's
throw
weird.
up.
No, that ain't weird.
No, that,
All right, whatever.
All right, milkman, take us home.
All right, guys. A Pennsylvania woman, possibly suffering from decided
SADS.
she was
SADS.
whatever. She was sad, deciding she was going to put God and her faith to the test. Najita Riley, a 51-year-old woman, told Pennsylvania state troopers that she had been driving around aimlessly, waiting for a calling from God. Poor woman. When suddenly she saw a normal person driving down the correct side of the road and decided she was going to put faith to the test by attempting to, quote, drive through the vehicle.
okay.
Yeah, nice.
That's not good.
No, I suppose to see if God would save her and the other innocent people in the opposing car. But guess what, guys? God believes in the laws of physics and reality and did not save the other people from this psycho's actions.
Oh
And
no!
The resulting crash left 2 of them in the unlucky car with injuries requiring a hospital trip.
And she survived.
Yeah.
No one died?
Here we go.
What
But
are the odds she thought this up after the crash?
So no one died. No-
no one died. Yeah, the extent of the injuries were not fully disclosed, but one of them walked away. 2 of them were in the hospital. I don't know if anyone died. But guys, Riley in the end did see the occurrence as an answer to her test because she was uninjured. Saying,
no.
What?
Yeah,
No.
saying that God took care of her.
This just gave her a big head.
It did.
Wow.
Yeah,
Get ready for a sequel.
this is not good.
Yeah, but
although
wouldn't the
according to
lesson there be
trooper-
that she maimed 2 people horribly?
right? Well, and according to the trooper,
God wants her to kill people.
yeah.
She's an instrument of God, Will.
According to the trooper, Riley expressed no concern or remorse for the victims and stated she did not care if the other people were injured because God would have taken care of them. So this lunatic was charged with aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and some other charges, and her bail was revoked because the judge saw her as a danger to herself and the community.
Can you
'cause
say
she is
can you say her first and last name and location again?
Najita Riley, Pennsylvania.
Do not date Regina Riley in Pennsylvania.
Give her a wide berth.
I repeat.
Yeah, she's like that girl on that the Evil Genius documentary. And her bail was revoked because she's a danger to herself and the community, according to the judge. And now she's getting plenty of time to talk to God and likely the bricks in her cell because she will probably spend a little time in the psych ward. And again, no word on the extent of the injuries in the other car. Hopefully they are okay and God heals their wounds quickly in the hospital along with the help of modern medicine. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Hey, just want to give a shout out on a serious note to the Holy Cross men and women's rowing teams, especially the women's. We had a fan, Spencer, reach out and inform us that the women's team was in a horrific accident while on a training trip in Florida, and one of the young women on the team lost her life, and a bunch of them are still in the hospital. We know some of you listen to the show, and we want to send our condolences to not only you guys and the gals on the team, but the victim's family. So really sad story. We're thinking about you. Also, remember, tomorrow is What the Fuck Wednesday.
Who are you?
Please send us your fucked up and funny stories, and we will give you full credit for sending them, unless I forget. Also, remember, we have a voicemail now. If you get any good questions or comments on the mind, we will air them on the show. That number is 512-270-1480, 512-270-1480. We look forward to those. Keep the reviews coming also, and most importantly, have a great fucking day.